Being evil while being sanctimonious about it is much worse.
Hold on. What might I substitute for sour cream? Okay, go on.
Meet the Collins family. They're podcasters, they're pronatalists, and they might just be America's most hated couple.
People don't realize just how pronatalist the administration already is, or at least preparing for demographic collapse it is.
This is Simone and Malcolm Collins, two former Silicon Valley progressives who upped sticks and moved to rural Pennsylvania with their 4 kids. Octavian George, Torsten Savage, Titan Invictus, and Industry Americus. Oh, and there's a 5th one on the way. Their goal? 14. The Collinses practice their own religion, that they refer to as techno-Puritanism, which blends a colonial-style farm life with a tech-forward ethos.
I compiled the best tactics suggested by all the AI like Perplexity, Claude, Grok, ChatGPT.
They're also early adopters of polygenic analysis, a form of embryo testing that promises to give information about everything from a child's anxiety to brain fog. Once Silicon Valley liberals, Simone and Malcolm now fight to distance themselves from the so-called urban monoculture, which they believe has taken over society and convinced people not to have children.
I mean, on the one hand, you've got like Calvinists and Jews who are like, I mean, you're going to hell, but like, not my problem. And then on the other hand, you have like Catholics who are like, you have to live like me. And it just happens to be that the urban monoculture has a moral imperative to save everyone.
We basically came together with the Orthodox Jews and the Tradcasts and the Mormons, and we're like, hey, like we all value different things, but we can all agree we don't want the urban monocultural values pushed on us or our kids. And that broad alliance is what makes up the current right.
Simone and Malcolm have become part of the most powerful conversations in America, even drafting executive orders for the Trump administration, including one that would offer medals to mothers with 6 or more children.
I don't believe that implementing a Medal of Motherhood will materially change birth rates, but I do think that it would materially contribute to a larger culture shift if included with other policies.
Simone hopes the medals would change social perceptions of motherhood by framing it as a hallowed profession like scientist or diplomat.
The medals for, technological achievement in science and humanity, like these people are very notable.
Which in turn will encourage people, especially progressive women who otherwise might not have felt inclined, to have multiple children.
They want to find that one progressive mother who has 6 kids, and suddenly like progressive mothers kind of, maybe who have 4 or 5 are like, I'm needed.
Malcolm believes this will be a win for the new right and expose Democrats for their hypocrisies toward women and children.
Why is a cultural group so antagonistic to falling fertility rates that says we care about the poor, we care about the downtrodden, and then we point out, well, it's the systems that help the poor and the downtrodden that break first. They don't really care about the poor and the downtrodden. They care about looking like they care about the poor and the downtrodden.
These two are a lightning rod for online criticism. From social media comments to press coverage, there's vocal opposition to their views. But as far as they're concerned, that's a sign they're doing something right.
If I went out there and I started saying something and everyone was like, oh, you're right, like that's not the person who's remembered in history as a hero. I get to be the hero because they control the culture. They control what is normal and they make me out to be the villain within this context. I revel in this because I know it secures my righteousness in the eyes of history.
And despite the fact that Republican members of the so-called New Right control the White House and both houses of Congress, the Collinses still believe themselves to be the underdogs fighting against societal collapse.